Hey everyone, today we're taking a look at the BitsPower Premium Cuboid Reservoir. I've always wanted this since I saw it. It's actually one of the most expensive reservoirs you can buy. It comes in at about $200 for the slightly larger one, $250 maybe, $200 to $250, something like that. And most people go, wow, that's a lot of money for a reservoir, right? So let's just take a look at what you get here. Spoiler alert, I already opened it like a savage, so I try to bring it back back in the box as nicely as I can, but that didn't work out as well as I expected. So your unboxing experience will be a little bit nicer than mine. Right off the bat, nice foam. I've never seen a reservoir packed this well. You get the nice covering. See, I opened it like a savage already, but you get the idea. Here's the reservoir itself. Super nice, super premium, very thick acrylic on this. You can just imagine the cutting process for this is quite extensive versus something that's just a cylinder where they just hole out the middle. I think GN once made a video where they were cutting this at the BitsPower factory. Let's see what else you get here. Mounting hardware. See some screws, Allen wrench, typical BitsPower. And you get this, what looks to be air release valve fitting. So I don't know if that's in focus or not. There we go. These you press down, releases air. And air doesn't really get trapped that often after your loop has been going for a while. And then at the bottom, I put this to the side, you get the mounting bracket. This bracket is super nice, super nice. Pure aluminum, look at that. Compared to some cheap plastic bracket, that is super nice. And you can tell right away that this is just going to lay on against your case, and you'll have this just mount on top like that. I'm gonna plug in the RGB real quick, and we can take a look at how it lights up. All right, give me a second. I got it plugged into the ASUS Aura terminal. Just on regular rainbow, you can see it in there. It's addressable, but you can, I guess, do patterns if you like. Kind of hard to tell with the lights on, so I'm gonna turn the lights off real quick, and then we can take a look. If I can find the other switch. See that? Very nice and even. I don't know how many effects I can go through with just the controller. I can probably go through a few. This should be controlled via USB, but see, there we go. Get the dancing lights, solid red. Obviously, if you have a dedicated controller, it's going to work a lot better than just trying to cycle through an Aura terminal, right? So definitely nice looking. I think if you had some white fluid in here, probably look pretty good. Not completely solid white. Maybe solid white would look pretty good. I'm just going to show you guys some regular reservoirs from other manufacturers maybe, and some other BitsPower ones. So just we can get a look at what you're really getting for the money here. So I have some other reservoirs here. As your standard BitsPower, cylindrical. And I don't know how to explain it, but it's a lot thicker. It's a lot heavier. You just get, it's got that feel, and some people just think, a reservoir is a reservoir, but it just, when it's in the system, it just looks so nice. And I plan to put this into a pure BitsPower build, which I got coming soon. So there'll be lots of BitsPower products in that one. I'm a big BitsPower fan. I'm not a fan of everything they make, but, big fan. This is a popular reservoir. It's a Singularity Computers. Oops. And, these are very popular, but this still has that, cheap plasticky, reservoir kind of deal. Now, if you have one of these reservoirs and you have the acrylic or frosted, imagine this cap, but the entire reservoir is like the cap. That's how this feels, and that is just pretty dope. So I would say, if you're the type of person that wants pretty much top of the line water cooling stuff, this is definitely a great pickup. Personally, I think it's freaking awesome. You get three ports at the top. By default, this one is the inlet. These two, I guess one would be the air exhaust, and the other one is, I guess you want to change them around to whatever you like, do whatever you want. And you get one on the bottom out to pump. I kind of wish, I guess, I could have more than one hole at the bottom, but that's not a huge deal. I think the biggest bonus to this reservoir is probably that mounting bracket. I just want to show you guys again, that mounting bracket is so dope. Let me just take a look at this thing. This thing is so dope. It's very nicely designed. You know, you put it against it. It fits, you know, 360 holes, so you fit on a radiator. It fits on a 240. You know, any 120 millimeter spacing, and it's not just that a bracket or like a circle clamp. It's something that actually aesthetically looks good. So if I mount this against a reservoir, I mean not reservoir, I mount this against a radiator, it's not gonna look, you know, just crappy. You know, it looks good. It looks like, you know, to be honest, the design kind of fits a lot of the newer motherboards, right? Like the whole ROG aesthetic with the cutouts and etc. So yeah, I think it's overall a very dope reservoir. So you can see it has two screws that mount back here, and it just goes on like that, and I think that looks dope. That looks, you know, in the age where everybody just gets a distro and makes right turns, this thing looks pretty aggressive, and it definitely, you know, looks unique. Square reservoirs, there's only a few of them. I know Heatkiller makes them. Watercool, Heatkiller, tube reservoirs are square. So there's not that many square reservoirs out there. This is definitely the nicest one I've ever held. I do have the Heatkiller, that's pretty nice too, with the metal bars. But this is definitely, this is heavy, man. This is hefty. So I would say if you had your eyes on it, and you didn't know if it was worth $200 or $250, whatever they're asking. There is a version that comes with the pump at the bottom. I personally don't like pump res combos, so I always get them separate because I hide the pump. I never show the pump in most of my builds. So this is definitely worth getting. So thanks for watching, and if you had any hesitations on this, just get it.